Hello, hello, and surprise! We are live tonight doing something a little bit different than we have done in the past. I did not tell anyone we're doing this other than the people that are being featured because this is a soft launch, okay? We want to try to make sure we know exactly what we're doing before we really get going, okay? So let's kick this baby off. Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing? This is a another the 29th iteration of the Kyle Petty show, right? I want to try and do what we were doing before with CM Live, right? I want to bring people in, have some quick conversations, get to know your favorite performers as people. Let the patrons get to know you, let your fellow performers get to know you and just bring a new focus into community in Long Island Community Theater, right? Let's bring the community back. I mean, it's coming back, it is back, but let's give something, I don't know, like a platform for everybody to kind of come together and just be wholesome, just have something fun to do. Every time you turn on the TV and every time you open up your social media, there's something negative. Let's create something like for us and like by us and do something positive. So I plan to be live every other Thursday, right? To kind of show you some of the best bits of the conversations that I had over the 2 weeks. And to kind of talk about some things that are upcoming in the Long Island theater world, what shows are coming up, things like that, auditions and things like that. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. All right. So thanks for supporting the project. Thanks for supporting the effort. This week, I had the pleasure of chatting with two fantastic people. Keith Jones, who is directing Legally Blonde, that is opening at CM Performing Arts Center this weekend on the 17th. And I also had a quick chat with KIERNAN Urso, who is opening Brighton Beach Memoirs over at Theater 3. I had a chance to talk to them both about their favorite theater experiences, what this show means to them, why this production is special to them, and yeah, I had a really great time and I'm excited to share them both with you. So up first is Keith Jones, chatting about Legally Blonde. So here's Keith. Oh, I am your friend Kyle Petty, and this time I'm joined by my pal Keith Jones, who is directing Legally Blonde. That opens what, January 17th? That's the date, and is running until February 1st.
Mhm.
So thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thanks for
Yeah.
being here.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, of course. I was so excited. I was like, this is the first person I have to ask as we again attempt to bring this thing back. So thank you. For the people who don't know what the story is, which I think even I know, and I
Right.
don't really know much about anything when it comes to I'm a bad gay, I'm a bad theater person, like so I don't know anything. But yeah, for anyone who's not aware, tell us
Yeah,
something.
Legally Blonde is based on the movie with Reese Witherspoon.
Love.
But it's about a woman who lives in Malibu, California, and has a very beautiful kind of bubble life. And that bubble gets popped when her boyfriend Warner breaks up with her. Um, and in a very shocking act, she stalks him to Harvard. Um, but then realizes that like there's life outside even what she ever imagined to be, and she kind of explores that and finds her own footing, and it's really about kind of self-actualizing and
Mm,
finding your own way.
I love that. Now, have you been in Legally Blonde before, like as a performer?
I've done Legally Blonde twice
Oh, excuse me,
before
where?
this. I did it at second stage growing
Oh
up.
wow,
i
yeah.
was i was Professor Callahan,
Oh,
and then
excuse me.
well, and then I did it in college, and I was Kate and a Delta Nu.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I went to a big SJW school, so, like,
Mhm.
everything was always like, "Let's make it gay." So, there I was.
Love it.
Um, and then I directed the last teen production at CM.
Oh, so this isn't your first time directing this show.
It's not my first rodeo,
Um,
no.
Wonderful, wonderful. So then what made you interested in doing it again? That seems like a lot of Legally Blonde.
I love Legally Blonde. It is just, like, one of my absolute favorites, and it's I always say I said it at auditions, and I will say it to the day I die, like, in middle school, every day I would go home and just put on the Pro Shot, the MTV Pro Shot,
Mm.
and just watch the entire thing. Um, I'm so obsessed with it. I love camp. I love like I love musicals that center women and women's stories.
Mm,
And I was just interested in directing it also just because I always love to take a new spin on things, and I think that was a big guiding principle.
mm.
Um, was we all know and love Legally Blonde. Where is there space to feel new and be new? Um, so that was kind of a big, exciting guiding stone for us.
Yeah, sure. So, I guess in keeping in with that then, what do you think separates your production of Legally Blonde, like, from others that were produced on Long Island?
Yeah, I think a lot of times, every scene, every idea that we were trying to think of, we were like, we know what the MTV Pro Shot is. How do we do it differently?
Mhm,
If there's a way to do a set differently, a cross differently, blocking differently, if we're able to put a scene in a different place, how does that affect what's going
mm,
on? Um, so that's the main thing. I think our one of our main things was like, okay, let's just try something new, sometimes just for the sake of being new. Um,
yeah.
and yeah.
Okay, so obviously, Legally Blonde super fan, right? Have now we know you've been on
Yes.
both sides of of the stage with this production.
Mhm.
So, can you even tell us like what is your favorite moment in the show? There must be multiple then.
Yes, I have so many. There's a lot of what I love about the show is it kind of takes you by surprise with how heartfelt it is.
Mhm,
Um, I think the movie does too, but the musical really finds moments. There's this one moment in Take It Like a Man when they're in the department store and Elle kind of dresses her friend Emmett up, who he's deemed ratty corduroy and like not as nice, and dresses him up in a beautiful suit. Um, and they have this moment looking at the mirror, and it's my absolute favorite moment of the show,
mm,
because I think it encapsulates everything. It's Elle kind of creating a mini community in her own way,
mhm.
of being like, I know clothes, I can help you. um,
This is my wheelhouse,
exactly.
right?
um, and then letting that kind of speak multitudes for Emmett, and letting him find his confidence
Mm,
through that.
mhm. Cool. So, is this your first main stage that you've directed?
No, I directed Rock of Ages last
Oh my
January.
God! Right, right. I see so many things now. It's absolutely
Well,
impossible
I
to
know you're everywhere.
I know which, and I feel like I'm not in enough places, like because there's so many places on Long Island to be. I still feel very
Mhm.
bad because you can't make it to everything and everywhere.
Absolutely.
Um,
I hear you.
all right. So, what was one of your biggest challenges with directing this main stage? Because Legally Blonde is huge, right? I know like the sets have been huge. I'm hearing amazing things about the costumes, right? So
Mhm.
shout out to Sydney. What one of your biggest challenges?
Yeah, the team and the cast has been a dream, so, like, there's not a single person I can complain about.
Great.
Um, but it really is just a monster of a show, and like I've said, I've done this show now, this is my 4th time working on it in some capacity, and I
Mhm.
still get shocked about how there's, like, 3 locations per song, um, like, 3 full separate locations, um, and each song is 8 minutes long.
Yes.
Sometimes it feels like I'm directing an opera. So I think that's always just such a hard thing to hold of like, this is so epic.
Mm.
It spans so many things. So trying to keep that in check with, okay, also am I threading the story through? Am I threading like what I want the audience to get as we travel all throughout Malibu and
Mhm.
Boston, Cambridge?
Now, as a performer and as a creative, do you have like like certain story, like a theater moment that really stands out to you as being like one of the funniest and most memorable?
Yes, I planned for this one
You
'cause I
planned.
was like,
Okay,
I
I'm
had to
so
find a good
excited.
one. Um, I, like, love children's theater,
Me
so much.
too. Me
It's,
too.
like it's so fun, I love performing for kids, it's the best, and we were doing a travel show, so we went to a school,
Mhm.
and we're doing Flat Stanley.
Love,
Right.
love Flat Stanley.
An incredible musical,
He really is.
it's Shakespeare's best work, it is so good, and so we were getting ready for the first show. It was at 10:30. We arrive at our
Mhm.
usual hour before, and as we kept going, people started getting more and more stressed because the speakers weren't working. at all.
Great.
Like, we couldn't connect to a speaker. No one brought a Bluetooth speaker. Like, we were just like, okay. So, like, the time kept going, and we kept, like, we were on phone calls with, like, sound folk from CM and, like, kept trying to figure out an answer. No one could get us an answer, and no one in the school could help us. So then we get to, like, 10:29, and we were like, okay, what? Like,
Like,
we have to
literally, what are we gonna do?
we have to do a show in a
Right,
minute.
right,
So what is the next step?
right.
Um,
Who's in
so,
charge?
um, Patrick, my wonderful boyfriend who was the director
Mhm.
of education, he was there, and he was, bless his soul, so stressed about it. And he was like, "Well, I think we're gonna have to perform it without songs." And we were like,
Oh my
"Oh,
god.
you got it. Yes, got it. You absolutely." So
I
then
mean, I guess.
we then performed a straight play, Long Day's Journey into Night, Flat Stanley.
Oh my god.
So, like, we would do the scenes, and then the songs would come up, and we would improv a scene that kind of had the gist of the song,
Oh my god.
and we would get so lost. And then
Sure, sure, of
my
course you
favorite part
would.
of it, again, we're performing for, like, kindergartners and first graders,
Mhm.
and, of course, Flat Stanley is about the wonder of, like, the USPS and, like, sending mail. So I was like, "Okay, I guess I have to wrap this straight play up that we just did." And I was like, "All right, everyone, send a letter to a friend, a family member, or a stranger." And then, and then my friend Marissa, who was playing the mother, was like, "Actually, don't send it to a stranger. Don't,
Maybe not. That's not a good idea. Really
don't,
flies in the face of everything we've taught you as a child.
yeah, don't
Yeah.
engage in stranger danger."
That is absolutely horrible. Like,
So
I would be so bad in a situation like this. I do not improv well at all. Not in those scenarios. Like, if it's my own cabaret or something like that, that's completely different. But when you're trying to
absolutely.
actually tell a story, I can't get myself out of situations like that. I have literally just walked off stage. Like,
Yep,
when things are not going right, I just
yep,
leave. Like, it's like,
and I
yeah,
really wanted to.
of course you did. Of course you did. And this probably chopped the like the length of the show like more than in half. I mean, you
Yep,
probably like it was like on and off.
1000%.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's
so
wild.
scary.
Yeah, and that's not even something you can plan for. Like, who would ever say, like, okay, if we get here and sound doesn't work,
Just in
what do
case.
we do in between? Like, I
Mhm.
mean, now it would have to be a conversation for me each and every time.
Correct. It was so
Like,
scarring.
yes, like we are going to have to talk about this
Yep.
and figure this out
Yep,
because
yep, yep.
I can't be out there looking like Boo Boo the Fool in front of these kids. Like, I can't do it. Like, absolutely
Oh,
not.
and we really did.
Yes, I believe
And the
it.
kids also did not like it. Like, that's
Well,
important
of
to
course not.
note.
Of course they didn't,
Of
because the
course.
kids are not there for the dialogue. The kids are there for
No.
the music and dancing. So,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, not your fault. What else do you do,
Like,
right? But like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. If I was
mm,
a kid, I'd be so. You know what? As an adult, I'd be disappointed.
yes,
Yes, yes,
absolutely.
yes. Oh, that's
Oh my
terrible.
god.
All right. So what's up next for you in theater? Like, obviously, Legally Blonde still has to open. We still have to get to the end of that. But do you have
Yep.
your eyes on anything after that?
Yeah, I am directing a couple of teen shows coming up at CM.
Ooh.
That's my bread and butter. I love the
Hmm.
teens at CM. And then I'm applying for grad schools in the fall, so that's
Oh,
kind of my
nice.
next
Okay.
foray into theater.
Are you looking to like leave the area or at least like
I
stay around?
I think I'm aiming to leave the area,
Oh,
but I have a couple of local-ish options, so I'm kind
okay.
of up in the air right now.
All right. That hurts a little.
I
That
know.
hurts a little. As I'm making new friends, they're going to leave. that, that sucks a little bit. But for anybody else who's still listening, where can they find you in social media to kind of keep up with you as you move forward?
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on everything at Keith_Jones with 2 S's.
Two S's.
Um,
Fun and flirty.
yeah, fun and flirty, fun and
Yes.
fun. Keith_Jones with 1 S was taken. So yeah, I'm up all on there.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, thank you again for joining me here. Anybody listening, go check out Legally Blonde. That opens on January 17th, running until February 1st at CM Performing Arts Center.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
thank you.
Welcome back to the Kyle Petty Show. Okay, so that's a little bit of my conversation with Keith, but you can see the entire thing at thekylepettyshow.com. That'll be posted at 10 p.m. tonight. All right, we love the scheduling feature. Now, the other thing that's happening at CM on the same night. So I understand if you saw all of the posts on the CMPAC, no, CM Performing Arts Instagram, you would have seen that they got a new sound system that has been installed over the past week or two, and they're having a ribbon cutting ceremony at 7 p.m. right before Legally Blonde. So I will definitely be there. I'm going to be there for the ribbon cutting. I will be there for opening. So if you see me, come say hello. Let's get a picture. I love pictures. So like, yeah, come say hi. So that's what's happening on Saturday the 17th. Um, and if I don't mention something that you care about, a person you care about, a show you care about, slide in my DMs. Find me on Instagram at The Kyle Petty Show. Let me know who you want to see. Let me know what you want to see. And let's see if we can have a conversation. Let's keep it going. Let's build that community. But next, we have Kiernan Urso, who is a first year company member at Theater 3. Also starring in Brighton Beach Memoirs that also opens this weekend. I'll be there on Sunday though. Okay, on Sunday. So, come say hi if you're around. Now, I'm going to give you a little warning. Okay, there's certain things you don't know when you're recording in a little studio like this and you're separate. Kiernan's mic was a little hot. Okay, a little hot. So, he's mad loud and I'm not. So fair warning. But I mean, Kiernan is so engaging and so much fun. It's absolutely worth it. Just get ready to work out that volume rocker. Okay. But here's Kiernan. So I am your friend Kyle Petty, and this time I'm joined by my pal Kiernan Urso, who is a brand new Theater 3 company member and will also be appearing in Brighton Beach Memoirs, which is opening on January 17th and running until February 8th. So welcome to the show. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
This has been kind of like a secret little dream of mine ever since you started.
Ah,
Like, oh, I wonder if I could ever do it. But yeah, seriously, thank you for having me.
oh no, I am honored to even have you on here, especially now. I'm so happy I could return the favor after appearing on
Yeah.
yours. And I had such a good time chatting with you then that I was really jazzed about this. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
We mentioned before that you are a first year, brand new Theater 3 company member. So tell me a little bit about that experience and what it's been like for you. How busy are you?
Well, it's. I mean, my experience is a little bit different from past Theater 3 company members.
Okay.
So I started out working at Theater 3 when I was 10 years old as a child in Christmas Carol.
Hmm.
Um, and I've kind of gone through the ranks of like being a child to being like a teen, as like a teen in adult productions, to like being an actual adult, to being a person on the other side of the table as a
Hmm.
choreographer. And now that this is like the last, my next little stepping stone is like it's a very unique experience. Um, it is one of the busiest and most rewarding things I've ever done
Mm.
ever. Like it is, I mean, they call it theater boot camp because that's literally what it is. You're doing a minimum of 9 productions
Wow.
per 10 months, and I think some of us are doing more. We have to do a minimum of 10 productions, or I'm gonna say have to. I'm gonna say get to, because it really is such a rewarding experience. And then anything like we can do other main stages that aren't in our contract.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. There's absolutely no world in which I could be memorizing four different things at the same time. Like I can barely get through one thing, and not mess up. So I really give you guys a lot of credit. So we mentioned Brighton Beach Memoirs. I don't know anything about this show, right? I just know like it's a Neil Simon thing, right? Please,
Mhm.
that's right, right? I got that correct.
Yeah, it's
Um, that's all I know. So what is this show about, and what can I expect when I come to opening weekend?
so Brighton Beach Memoirs is actually the first in Neil Simon's autobiographical trilogy.
Okay.
So basically, it's about him. It's not using his names or his family's names, but it's basically him. Um, the first is Brighton Beach Memoirs. That's when he was a younger teenager. Um, Biloxi Blues is when he was drafted into the army, and then Broadway Bound is exploring his career more as a writer and things like that. So in Brighton Beach Memoirs, it's basically about Eugene, who is Neil Simon essentially,
Okay.
and he is at this pivotal point in his life. He's 15, like 14, going on 15, and it's basically his coming of age story. He's starting to develop certain feelings towards girls and certain, things like that. And in his very, very tight knit Jewish household in Brighton Beach in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
And you have like his mom, like basically his mom and his dad and his brother. That's like the immediate family. And then his aunt and two female cousins move in with them because the aunt can't support herself after her husband passes away. So it's basically them living in like a small little apartment with 7 people.
Mm.
And there's a lot of hijinks that happen. There's a lot of really, I don't want to spoil too much, but like
No.
there is a lot of there's some really really tender, really sweet moments. There's some really moments that will just make you feel sad, but ultimately it is just a lighthearted coming of age story.
Was this one of the things that did you audition for this, or was this part of your contract? Did you have to be in this one?
This was something extra. So
Mm.
this is on their main stage. It's actually in the slot that is probably the one that company members steer away from because it's right
Yes.
after
Right
Christmas
after Christmas
Carol, and it's
Carol.
just December is so busy for company members and other adjunct company members and people like that who do Christmas Carol and children's theater all year round. So it's definitely, it was one of it was a slot that like company members tend to be like, I'm not going to do that one. It's going to be
Hmm.
really busy. But this show was just, I was familiar with the show. I was familiar with the part of Eugene, and I was just like, this, something about this is calling to me. Something
Hmm.
about this is just like, I feel like I know it's going to be busy, and I went through a period of time where I was like, this is going to be, should I go out for this? It's going to be really busy. If I get into it, it's going to be really busy. And eventually I was just like, you know what? I'm young. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna see what happens. And I ended up getting cast as Eugene. And now that we're deep into it, we're into Tech Week already. I could not imagine watching it in the audience. I was like, I feel so connected with it.
Mm.
And there's not many pieces thus far that I've had that same experience with, feeling just so like he's mine. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mm.
very like I feel so connected to it.
Excellent. So tell me a little bit more about that then. What is so rewarding about playing this role for you?
Um, I think the biggest thing for me would be just to showcase my like acting chops. Um
Mm.
I went to college for straight acting. I did not go for musical theater.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't know that about me. A lot of people think I went for school theater because I would consider myself a dancer, and I would consider myself, I'm a choreographer, and I consider myself a singer as well. A lot of people don't know that I that's my like bread and butter. My bread and butter is like straight acting. That's what I have my degree in. That's what I'm trained in. And I've never quite gotten to showcase that um here on Long Island. What is so rewarding about this is really just being able to showcase another side of me to an audience that might not have seen that side of me before.
Yeah.
People think of, me, and they think of like, oh, he's that dancer ensemble boy. You know what I mean? That's who he is. And this is kind of, I think I want to say it's the biggest role that I've played on Long Island since I did Oliver at Theater 3 when I was 12. It really is, it's definitely, out of the realm of what I normally do. As for challenging, it's having to learn all those lines because it's so many
Yeah.
lines. Specifically with Neil Simon's pieces, it's so wordy. It's so wordy. There's so many words, so many monologues. So, it definitely, I think that's the most challenging part, is keeping all of those lines straight in my head with also the a million other things I'm doing in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would definitely be the most challenging thing.
Now you've known the show for a little while. Now that you're actually in it, can you actually pinpoint like a favorite moment in the show?
Oh, there's so many, quite honestly. I think my favorite moment or favorite like collection of moments is the relationship between Eugene and Stanley, which is
Mm,
Eugene's older brother.
okay.
Mike Shapiro plays him, and he's fantastic. And I would say he's a fantastic scene partner to like actually interact with. And I've also never been in a straight play with him before,
Yeah.
so this is a very different kind of it's a very different kind of us sharing the stage together. And I think what's so beautiful about those two, like their relationship, is Eugene idolizes him. Eugene, he's only like 3 years younger than him, 3 or 4 years younger than him, but
Hmm.
he idolizes him. He wants to be like his brother. His brother can do no wrong to him. So even in the show, I won't spoil it, but like his brother gets into some trouble, like Eugene is there, right, trying to help him, and you know, it's really a beautiful
Mm.
like brother relationship in a household that is crazy. And it's really nice to be able to look at the two of them, and you can identify, I have a person like that with me in my life, you know what I'm saying? I have a
Hmm.
friend or a brother or a sister or
Yeah.
a cousin or somebody like that, or a significant other, just where you can see yourself in that relationship.
What's next for you after that? So you said you're working on Winnie the Pooh. When does that
Yeah,
open?
Winnie the Pooh opens January 21st and
Okay.
closes, or the January 23rd, I think, and then it closes February 21st.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's next on the Children's Theater. I'm
Mm-hmm.
working on two touring productions right now. One
Really?
that opens on Friday, from the Fires. It's Voices of the Holocaust,
Mm.
which was written by Jeffrey Sanzel, which is one of quite literally the most beautiful pieces I've ever, beautiful and gut wrenching and horrible all at once. Like it really is just one of those pieces of theater that you sit there with your mouth agape for 45 minutes.
Is there a way for like the public to see? Because I've never had the pleasure of seeing that. Like, do they ever do any public performances?
I think they used to. They used to do it at the theater, and then they like a long time ago, and then
Mm-hmm.
they stopped for reasons that I don't know. I hope like in the future maybe there will be a time that people can come see an in-house performance of From the
Yeah.
Fires, um, or a performance for the community, something like that. And then after that, we shift gears completely and we do A Terrific Time to Tell a Tale, which is the third touring show that we do. We do three. That one is basically like an Aesop's Fables kind of thing, where
Mm.
there's six of us and we're playing kids and we're all dressing up, running all over the place, dressing up in like little costume pieces, telling different Aesop's Fables. Um,
That's
and
fun.
then on the main stage, what's next for me is Godspell, which is really cool.
So
Brighton Beach
very
will
soon.
open and then we start Godspell right after.
That is wild. So going
Yeah.
right from Christmas Carol into Brighton Beach, and then literally as soon as it opens, I guess what, you don't even go home then, right? Because you've got a Sunday show, and then what, you've got rehearsal at night.
Yeah. Yes. We've got a Sunday matinee and then we've
Yeah.
got rehearsal at night.
So where can people follow you on social media? They want to keep up with everything that you've got going on.
You can follow me on Instagram at Kiernan Urso, just my name.
Just my
Um,
name.
yeah. um, Also, me and my friend Ellie Dunn have a podcast. It's called Get It Up Podcast. And we basically, it's a very satirical, very funny, kind of, a little bit raunchy kind of podcast where we delve into literally anything. But yeah, follow us. And then, yeah, I would say that's about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me on this. This was an absolute blast, and I knew it would be. I knew it would be. Anybody listening or watching, you can catch Kiernan in Brighton Beach Memoirs at Theater 3, opening on January 17th and running until February 8th. And until then, thank you all. So, Brighton Beach Memoirs, yes, that opens on the 17th this Saturday, but they're not the only ones that have something else going on prior to opening. There's also a little cabaret going on. You get some music from Matthew and Jeff Hoffman, okay, father and son, singing some of your favorite songs before the show at 7:15 p.m. right downstairs. All right. So why don't you get there at 7, get some good parking, right? Go downstairs, get yourself a sippy, watch these two beautiful men sing a couple of ditties, and go on upstairs and enjoy Brighton Beach Memoirs. All right. A lot of different fun experiences coming up. So thank you to Kiernan Urso for joining me on that one. I can't wait to see you on Sunday. What else is happening in the world? We talked a little bit about CM. They have Legally Blonde opening. Yes, we're very excited. But we are also excited about the CM teens. Okay, like I've never seen a teen production there. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. I know, boo, boo. But CM teens are doing Once Upon a One More. Wait, hold on. The boos are for me and not going. The boos are not for the teens. I want to make that clear. Okay, the boos are for me for being a bad theater participant. However, that ends now because the teens are doing Once Upon a One More Time, which is the Britney Spears jukebox musical. And okay, y'all know I am a big Britney Spears fan, but like this show, let me tell you, when you get to hear Britney Spears music with music theater harmonies, I'm telling you, your heart will stop. All right, so if you are prone to high blood pressure, take your medication. Um, everyone should be seated, but not because you should be dancing. The music is so good. The music is so good, and the book is absolutely hysterical. This is not one of those jukebox musicals that tries to take itself too seriously. It knows what it is and has a lot of fun with it. So please go and see that. That is on January 21st and the 22nd. I'm going on the 22nd, so you can catch me then. Catch me then if you want to get a little picture. Um, not that I'm special, but I just like to take pictures. So like, take a picture with me, please. So that's what's happening at CM coming up. All right, we mentioned Theater 3. So Smithtown Performing Arts Center. Um, I don't have a show written down, but I have so many notes. I don't have a show written down, but they do have some auditions coming up. They are doing the Long Island premiere of Jagged Little Pill, which, Alanis Morissette, I don't know, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, and I can't wait to see what this is. It's running from March 21st to April 19th, but auditions are happening this weekend, okay? This weekend. January the 18th, which is Sunday, and the 19th, which is Monday. Sunday will be from 5 to 8, and Monday is from 8 to 10. But this is not your old school romper room, just show up whenever you feel like kind of audition. Absolutely not. All right, you need to book a slot, and you can do so at smithtownpac.org. Okay, so that's the information. Now, if you were watching the live stream, you already know we had some problems towards the end of that, right? Our Wi-Fi cut out. I don't know. Just another reason why Optimum should not have a monopoly on Long Island. Okay, they're the absolute worst. We'll be looking into T-Mobile home internet very soon. Very soon. But all right. So we discussed the audition situation at Smithtown. The next thing that we have is Northfork Community Theater. They're opening a show on the 16th, which is tomorrow night. Um, I don't know how to say this word. M- Mauritius. It's Mauritius. Clearly, I don't know anything about it. All right, so I don't DM me. I have no answers. Okay. After that, Productions Over the Rainbow, also known as POTR, they are doing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. That opens tomorrow night as well, January 16th. Okay. Um, Camp Syosset, they still have Annie going on. I don't have a closing date. I apologize, but that's what they're doing at the moment. And they also have Alice by Heart over at their studio theater. I think it's called the Frank Ambrosini Theater. I don't want to say his name wrong. I think that's how we say it, but you can get your tickets at www.booktix.com. The other thing that I have here is that Sunrise Theater is opening Holy Rollers on Saturday the 17th. And I have the Alternative Theater Company. They are doing a reading. They have a reading coming up. I don't really know how that works. I didn't reach out to them to ask some questions. We'll have some more for you on the 29th. But that's what I know that's coming up. So if I missed something that's important to you, please, like, let me know. Slide in my DMs. Let me know that I missed something. I want to include everybody as I can. Give me as much information as you can. So when I get the roll call, we can give a shout out. We'll give a shout out. But thank you. Thank you for supporting live theater here on Long Island. Thank you for supporting this project. Thank you again to Keith and Kiernan for joining me. And thanks a lot. You can't do something for the community without the community. So thanks.